It has been an emotional day, and I have recorded some of these days, like, I've recorded them early. So it's like, sorry to break the magic, but we're nearing the end of the series anyway, so hopefully it's not too bad. This is day what? This is day like 21, 22. I think it's either day 21 or 22, and it's October 14th. So I've, had these, recorded and all that stuff. Whew. But there's a lot of things that are going on in the world. And a part of me is like, you can't talk about this because you're selling this product and it's weird and it's bad and it's salesy, and how are you trying to capitalize off of people's pain? But we actually have to talk about this because it's actually so much fucking bigger. And it's actually so much more fucking important. There are so many things that I felt afraid of that just don't matter anymore. It actually fucking doesn't matter if this one person who has a couple 100,000 subscribers across social media and who also just so happens to be a therapist doesn't believe in my work or thinks that coaching is bullshit. It actually doesn't fucking matter if a couple of random people who call themselves so-called witches and all of this other stuff don't like the work that I do and do the prayers and the meditations and the blah blah blahs and the rituals and blah 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 because they don't like me and blah blah blah. It actually doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter. It's actually like none of the other bullshit is worth it. Like, it actually doesn't matter that there's people out there who will get into it with me and who will call me a crazy capitalist pig and all of this other stuff. And it actually doesn't fucking matter if everybody in the world hates me for allowing myself to receive money and allowing myself to have a business that's successful. It actually doesn't fucking matter because it's really important. Everything else is bullshit because it's actually, this work is really fucking important. It's actually really, really important. It's actually really, 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 really important because it's bigger. It's bigger than a new apartment, and it's bigger than buying a new car, and it's bigger than beautiful shoes, even though I love beautiful shoes and I will always be able to get behind beautiful shoes, but it's bigger than beautiful shoes. It's being able to see the terrible things that are happening in the world right here and right now and being able to imagine things getting better. I'm looking at this post on TikTok, and it's a collection of different things. One of them is um letters. My understanding from like the 5 seconds that I just looked at the post before I got super inspired and went on this tangent with my guides, and then I prayed about how can I help and how can I be of service and what can I do, and all that stuff. It was just saying that like Barcelona and Gaza are sister cities in some way. So there was some message, some lettering that got from something in Gaza to this place in Barcelona, and these people are basically actually I can read it because I can pull it up. Hello. It says, "We don't know if this is a rough translation. We don't know if we'll be able to keep in contact from now on. So please tell the following generations about us. If we don't exist anymore, about how beautiful and charming the Palestinian people were and how committed they were to their land and cause. It's been a pleasure working with you these last few years. May God make us rest in peace." And it actually is really important. It actually is really, really important for one woman in Central California to be able to look at the news and to be able to look at the history and to be able to look at how the size of Palestine has changed and dwindled so much since the mid 1940s, 1900s, I think. I'm not perfect on the history, okay? It's really important for me to be able to look at this and for me to also be able to imagine hope. It's really important for me to look at this, and it's really important for me to be able to imagine things getting better, things growing and expanding, an amazing, wonderful turn of events happening in the world. Children being safe and secure and protected, cities growing and rebuilding, people feeling safe and secure, people being able to grow and expand their art and their livelihood and their culture and being able to share who they are with us in the world. It's actually incredibly important for me to be able to hold that vision for the world, because I'm creating the world and you're creating the world, and every single one of us, we are creating our own individual realities, and we are all microcosms within the macrocosm that is the world. And this is the truth, and this is how we live, and this is who the fuck we are. This is what life is on earth. One person alone is not creating life on earth. We all are collectively. And so when all of us can come together, when individuals within the microcosm can come together and we can imagine something greater, we can imagine something better, and we can believe that it's happening, it's important. It's important that you get it. It's important that you're able to manifest the apartment. And it's important that you're able to manifest an emotionally fulfilled life for yourself. Because when you can manifest an emotionally fulfilled life for yourself, when you believe it and when you believe in it, and when you have a relationship with God that is so strong, and you believe in the power of God, and you believe that miracles are absolutely possible, you can see all of the atrocities that are happening in the world, and you can say to this mountain, move from here to here, and the mountain will move. When you can have faith that you can change your own life, when you can step into power in your own life, when you believe that you have an impact, you can have a positive impact on this reality, you can say to this mountain of pain and conflict, there's a mountain that spans generations long, not even just thinking about coming to terms with peace over land, talking about, we're thinking about the intergenerational trauma, the children who have lost their parents, their siblings, what that must do to you to grow up, the complex PTSD that these people must be experiencing, the amount of support, the amount of love, the amount of healing, the amount of therapy, the amount of love that needs to be poured into these people in the aftermath. That looks like a big ass mountain to me. And when you have faith, when you really have faith, when you really, really work the energetic fucking principles, when you can change your own life, when you know that you have the power with your imagination to change your own life and your own reality, you can look at something that is so fucking humongous, like the myriad of humanitarian crises that we have going on in this world all at the same fucking time. You can look at these mountains and you can tell the mountain to fucking move, and it will. And the only way that it's gonna move is if you believe in it. And the only way that you're gonna believe in it is if you try. And sometimes you gotta start smaller. And sometimes you have to build your faith, like I talk about in the I Can and I Should course. Confidence is built over time, so why not start with your life? And I have to charge for the work. I have to charge for the work because I have to have the money. I have to have the money so that I can give back. I have to have the money so that I can donate. I have to have the money so that I can have the power to change the fucking world. I have to charge for the work that I do. It is incredibly important that you know it. It is incredibly important that I know it. It's incredibly important that I exercise it, that I live it, that I embody it, and that I receive for it. If I was in a different position and my business was deeply and completely supporting me, and I wasn't having a conversation about how to make sure that my business is safe and secure and afloat, and I had more than enough money, I could donate, I could give back. And when I do donate and I give back, I'm not worrying about how it's taking away from my necessities. It's taking away from my safety and secure fund. It's taking away from my nest egg. I believe in overflow. I believe in enough so that I can have the lifestyle of my desire and I can help other people. I can assist other people. I can pour into other people. So yeah, I am telling you that you need this work. I'm telling you that the world needs you to have this work. The world needs you to develop these skills. It's bigger. It is bigger. It's so much, so significantly bigger than the small things, even though the small things also matter. That microcosm, the microcosm that is your life. When you change energetically, when you step into your power, when you realize that you're worthy of more, when you imagine receiving more, when you tap into the vibe of receiving more, when you're living in a world where you're receiving more, that microcosm that is your life that has shifted is shifting the macrocosm. Together we are shifting the dominant vibration of the entire fucking planet. This is important work. It is the most important work in the world. And we need it now more than we have ever needed it before. Because if we had it yesterday, then we wouldn't be in this position today. If we had it before, we wouldn't be here now. And we can't afford to wait. There are humanitarian causes that God has put on my heart, that I'm sure God has put on your heart. You don't have to look at the news and feel powerless. You don't have to watch terrible things happen and feel like there's nothing you can do, because that is not true. And one action that I would put here, instead of a journal prompt today, I would pray. God, angels, universe, show me how to be a vessel for good. Show me how to be a vessel for light. Show me how to be a vessel for hope in the world. Show me how to be a vessel for faith. Show me how to inspire people. Show me how to show the world how good life can get, how much better life can be for all of us. Help me to believe it, God. Help me to have faith in it, God. Help me to expect it, God. Help me to hold this vision. Help me to hold a vision for world peace. Help me to hold a vision for world safety and security, Lord. Help me to shift my mindset so that world peace doesn't sound like a far off idea. Help me to shift my mindset so that world peace sounds like something that's inevitable. Help me to shift my vision so that world peace sounds like it's my destiny to experience. Help me to shift my vision so that world peace sounds like something that is normal and natural and ordinary and expected. Lord, help me. Use me as a vessel. Help me to get my world out there. Help me to get my energy out there in the world. And you have to receive. You have to receive. You have to receive the money that you need. You have to receive the things that you need, because we have shit to do. We have worlds to change. We have lives to positively impact. We have causes to donate to. We have people to support in growing and expanding their platforms. One of the resources, I'll have it linked in the description. I don't know how long they're going to be offering these books for free, but Haymarket Books offered 3 free ebooks that I got, and when you get the 3 free ebooks, it says, would you like to make a donation? I wasn't able to donate all of the money in the fucking world to support an amazing cause. I have to get money for the work that I do, because I have to be living in a world where I know that I can easily afford to do the back end things in my business, so that my focus, and I know we talked about this in one of the other days, it might have been yesterday's, I didn't plan this. I have to have this shit handled so that my focus can be on, how do I spread this like a fucking wildfire? I have to make more money. If you haven't realized it yet, it costs money to change the fucking world. And when you believe in yourself and when you believe in your power to call money into your fucking life, you become somebody who has the power to positively impact the world around you. You become somebody who has the power to positively impact the world around you. And we fucking need it. We need it right here and we need it right now. We need it quickly and we need it easily. You have to receive the money. I have to receive the money. Because I have shit to do. And my well-being deserves to be taken care of while I am powerfully walking through the world being of service like a bad bitch would be. Period. This is why you deserve the raise at your job. And now we're getting into other content that we talk about inside of my courses. So go check those things out. If you haven't already gotten inside of Visual Vamp Up, I would highly recommend it. That is the perfect course for holding the vision. Inside of the course, we're talking about how do I deal with my physical reality? How do I deal with the things that I'm seeing? What's my relationship with my imagination? How do I believe? How do I have faith? Those are the conversations that we're having inside of that course. So, really great stuff. I love you. Thank you for listening. I hope that you're feeling safe in the world, being able to be aware of the things that are going on while also knowing that you are safe and secure. That is a superpower, because the people whose nervous systems are activated and they're on lockdown and their critical thinking brain is turned off, and they don't have the capacity to creatively problem solve, they're not helping and supporting in creating a better feeling future. It's a normal, natural response to have. But when you know how to take care of yourself, when you know how to create an environment of emotional, spiritual, psychological safety and security for yourself, you have the power to hold that vision for the world, for your community, for your people, for safety and security. That's all I got for you. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.